Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. Tell me what it's like to live in Hollywood. Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. Tell me what it's like to live a life in Hollywood. I'ma survive, I'ma survive, I'ma survive, I'ma survive Hollywood.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Surviving Hollywood podcast. My name is Aaron Arnold.
My name's Austin Arnold.
And I'm Brian Shakti.
Brian Schottke filling in for Johnny Ray Diaz today. Johnny Ray Diaz is in Mexico. And
Nobody could really fill in ever for Johnny.
that's true, but it is tradition either way that you're here for our Oscar episode, because last year you were here and we did the picks and predictions. Who won last year?
I think it was Austin.
I agree.
We put down money last year, didn't we?
But the problem
Everyone
is
double checked everything.
I lost the sheet where I wrote down all their picks, and gosh darn, I wasn't going to watch that episode again. I like living it. I don't want to rewatch it.
Anyways, so in today's episode, we will be giving our picks and predictions for the 93rd Academy Awards. Before we get to that, what's everybody been up to?
Brian?
Nothing. Actually, I don't know if I told you guys. I'm going to be directing a feature.
You told
You did
me,
not.
but
I
tell me
told
again.
you. Yeah, so with Eddie, Vincent, and two other guys that, they all worked on a project together. And Eddie was like doing it. He actually has financing for it. And, he had this idea and everything. He was going to make it into a short. Long story short, and then, as we talk, he wanted me to direct it because he saw Easter eggs.
Wow.
And he liked what I did with it. He's like, yeah, that'd be great.
Which, for the audience at home, that's the short film we all did that Brian, you directed.
Yes. So he looked at it and we talked about it, and his short he wanted to have was about a half hour long. And we had a meeting with the other two actors, and I said, hey, if we're doing a half hour, either if we're doing a short, we either cut it to about 10 minutes or we stretch it to a feature. Unless if you want to do a half hour, we do a half hour for a pilot. But you're not going to do a half hour short. If you're going to do a short that's a half hour, make it a feature. And that's what we're doing. So
Eddie wrote it?
yeah, he's still in the process of writing it and getting things out. And then I'm collaborating with him just with storyline and the pieces and stuff and just how.
Is he acting in it?
Yeah. He's going to be one of the main actors. It's
Nice.
the ensemble, basically, him and two other guys.
Is it his other friend, Eddie?
No, it's Kevin and Sean.
Okay. Kevin Caliber?
Sink? No, Kevin Sink. Kevin
Hey.
Sinek.
Do you
Cool.
expect maybe a summer, like you start shooting in the summer, or what's the expectation?
We're looking late August, early September.
Nice. That's
our date.
What I find interesting, and Brian, I don't know if you want to share this on pod, but who's funding this feature?
He is living with his executive producer.
It's a man?
No, woman. And yeah, so basically he's, she wanted to put a little bit into it, and now she's like really excited about it. I think they have an LLC they created and everything. They have the whole business.
Kiss of death for a relationship. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
and they're actually talking about their next feature. So
That's love.
No, that's cool.
That's
I'm
love.
happy for him. Actually, I'm really happy for you, Brian, and for Eddie, of course. But
yeah, thanks. And I'm writing myself a really cool cameo too.
really.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to that in the 94th Academy Awards.
Yeah.
How about you, Austin?
You go first. You had something in mind.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, guess who? Not for Surviving Hollywood podcast, but guess what A-list director we interviewed? Episode yet to drop, but by the time this comes out, it'll be dropped for Altcoin Daily, our cryptocurrency channel. Guess which A-list director we interviewed the other day?
Richard Linklater.
No, dude. Now I'll give you a clue. I texted you for somebody's information because that was the connection.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
That's right.
Exactly. Kevin Smith.
Nice.
He's
Because
launching the full next feature that he already has locked. Instead of going through usual distribution methods, he's selling the whole thing as an NFT, non-fungible token.
and in
Wow.
this particular thing, he is giving, yeah, did you just mention that, Austin? He's like whoever buys the NFT has full distribution rights, so that they will, like, Kevin will help them facilitate the distribution and still do PR for it, but like they get, they're in charge of picking the deal. And so it's like there's always a question with these NFTs. Obviously it's great for the artist, but does the buyer get a lot of value? Kevin Smith is giving the buyer a lot of value with this NFT. And the other thing, Brian, is Clerks 3 is the script is basically done. A large theme in Clerks 3 is cryptocurrency. And so we talked to him about that. And then, Marilyn was texting us, Marilyn Giolotti was texting us the other day because, she's kind of getting into NFTs. And so that's
No, it's back down to what, 52 right now.
51.
It
Touch
just
51.
popped. See,
Great
I'm keeping
time.
an eye on it.
Great time to buy.
When are you a buyer, Brian?
Probably now. Actually,
Now?
Dana, we're just talking about it today.
Whoa.
Cool.
I like where your head's
definitely
at,
think
man.
You should.
If you guys just out on that, because I've tried it before and I'm like, I tried a couple times and I couldn't figure it out. So
What? Buy?
yeah.
I'll
we can
help
help
you.
you with that. But anyway, look forward to that Kevin Smith episode dropping at Altcoin Daily. By the time this will come out, it'll be out, but this weekend for you, Brian.
Dude, that's the big time, man.
Kevin Smith, super, good guy. He came to obviously loves to talk. He came to, share and tell stories and talk crypto, and movies. So it's really cool. Anyway, guys, you guys want to get down to this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me put them up on my phone.
Yeah, me too.
I
But
printed out.
But the Oscars are this Sunday, correct?
Yeah, we can drop this episode on Sunday, or maybe you're watching this on Monday, and then in which case you can still see who was right and who was wrong, play along at home.
Sure.
So I have it all. I can introduce each one if you want. I have everything written out.
All right. I got it there now too.
Okay. I guess I'll try. We'll get to some of the ones that aren't as important first.
Now let's start off with an important one.
Okay, we'll start off with actor in a leading role. The nominees are Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins, The Father, Gary Oldman, Mank, or Stephen Yeun, Minari.
Brian, how many have you seen?
1, 2. I've seen 3 out of the 5. I haven't seen The Father and I haven't seen Mank.
I've seen Mank.
So
Is it good?
Mank is good. It's set in old Hollywood, directed by David Fincher. Everybody does a great job, but it is super, super niche in terms of you are thrown into that world. They're all talking with effect. Their voice is affected in 1920s type talk, which is fine because it's a period piece. But they're making references left and right to Upton Sinclair and this notable person and this notable person. And I had to several times look up, okay, yeah, that was Upton Sinclair. Okay, yeah, that happened. So it's good, especially if you're in Hollywood, it's good. And Hollywood usually loves movies about Hollywood.
Yep.
But this one might be a little too Hollywood.
plus, you might as well call Gary Oldman Gary Old White Man. Not exactly the best time for an old white man right now.
Whoa.
Which is why I'm not gonna pick Anthony Hopkins or Gary Oldman. They're great, both great actors. But for me personally, it was down to Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, or Chadwick Boseman. Also, because he's got a little bit of, people want to, send goodwill towards him since he is unfortunately passed. Great actor.
Rest in power.
I'm going to go. It was between Riz or Chadwick. You know what? I think the Oscars cannot. They're not going to not give it to Chadwick. I'm going to go Chadwick.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I agree with you. I think he's going to win it. It was between Riz and Chadwick, and after I watched Sound of Metal, he blew me away with that performance. And I mean, I thought so for our picking on who's going to win, Chadwick, but my vote is Riz.
Well, I'll put you down for Chadwick then, Brian.
All right.
Is there money on this, or this is just for fun?
Nope. Who do you got, Austin?
I gotta go Chadwick.
Wow.
I haven't seen The Drummer or Riz's movie.
Dude,
Okay.
it was really good. I liked that a lot.
It was really good. Okay.
I like Black Bottom too, and it was cool because it was I wasn't really prepared to watch a play, and that's what basically it was. It was a play, and I thought it was really good. It was just I just wanted more stuff to happen, but the performances were amazing. He was great in it.
Mm.
I wonder if he was drawn from like real life stuff that was happening from him that he knew that he was going through, you know, because he looked really thin too.
He got panned in the media for people saying, "Oh, he's probably on drugs. He's not.
Yeah.
He's a role model, and he's not acting responsible."
Yeah.
It's messed
Okay, guys,
up.
let's move on because we got a lot of categories here. Let's do another interesting one. Actress in a leading role. The nominees are Viola Davis in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand, Normandland, or Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman. Let me just say first, Promising Young Woman was one of my favorite movies of the year before Brian says it. And I've already seen it 3 times. And for me, I haven't seen The United States versus Billie Holiday, but I've heard good things about it. And I think it's going to be between Andra Day, The United States versus Billie Holiday, or Carey Mulligan. And I'm just going to go with my favorite, Carey Mulligan.
Yeah. I'm going to do the same. I think she's actually a dark horse to win, but I'm going to go for it because if I don't pick her and she wins, I'm going to be upset because she was my favorite. And Nomadland, people like it. I could not. I couldn't take that movie. It was just, I don't know. It was just too boring for me.
Do you guys mind if I push back on your opinions a little bit and offer my own?
Yeah. Isn't that what this is about?
Exactly.
Wait, Aaron, you usually push back. What's up?
I've tried to be more tame,
Carey
Okay.
Promising Young Woman was great, but Carey Mulligan as actress in a leading role, she had a range, but was it that difficult? Wasn't it more difficult for her almost in Great Gatsby, where she had to be more subtle? She had to carry this movie, yes, but I'm just talking, Vanessa Kirby and Andra Day, man, they went through some ranges in their movies.
You saw those movies?
I saw Pieces of a Woman with Vanessa Kirby.
But then
And
how
I
you
heard-
talking about Andra Day? You haven't even seen the movie.
I heard Billie Holiday is great. I heard that movie's great.
You know,
But what about my point
in
the
order
sense
to
that
carry a film, you can't be screaming and shouting all the time. It's just as important to have those scenes where the audience can just look at you and you're more neutral. And, Carey Mulligan, I was never a big fan of Carey Mulligan. She made me a fan. I want to see Carey Mulligan in something else. I want to go on any journey with her.
I actually thought her character did have a lot of depth too, because I was constantly wondering what's going to happen. What is she doing? What's her deal? Is she,
Yeah.
Were you frozen or was it me?
I think you guys were frozen to me. I don't know. But I just start all over again with your Carey Mulligan analysis.
Oh yeah, I felt like that she really had a lot of inner monologue, and I thought her character was unpredictable, and I didn't really know where she was going to go. And, I didn't really think about it until right now talking to you, I'm thinking about her character. I was like, yes, she did go on a whole roller coaster and a journey with that. So
Definitely.
for me, I almost think
pick more.
For me, can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I dropped out a minute ago, but I think she did great. I think the movie and maybe the director is more of a dark horse. And I think I would love if she would win, but I'm going to go with Andra Day, Billie Holiday.
Okay. Let's do actress in a supporting role.
All right.
Nominees are Maria Bakalova from Borat, Glenn Close from Hillbilly Eulogy, Olivia Colman from The Father, Amanda Seyfried, Mank, or Yoon Jong-yoon from Minari.
Was that the grandma?
I don't know. I didn't see Minari. Heard it was great.
It was all right.
Olivia Colman, Father. Next.
She's a great actress.
Dude, I hated Borat. I hated it.
But that actress did really good. She was one of the best parts.
Yeah, she was great. But dude, the movie was horrible. The first one was brilliant. This one I thought was just, I don't know. It was painful to watch, and I love comedies.
I feel you. It was the first one. It was different. The first one was kind of like irreverent, in your face. It's kind of like walk the line between if you're like a racist watching it or somebody who's anti-racist. You can both enjoy the first one. You wouldn't really know what side Borat was on necessarily. I mean, you would, but like racists probably didn't know, or bigoted people. But like this one definitely took more of a, it was just different. It was less irreverent, I feel, and more, it was just different. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And also those type of comedies now, the half real, half, little skits that they like the people are real, but the person is an actor. Those are a dime a dozen now with Bad Grandpa and etc.
Jackass.
Yeah, but also, yeah, exactly. And I was going to say is also the Academy, they're not going to take a comedy like that seriously. So for me, the girl did good, but.
So who do you guys pick?
Olivia Colman.
Okay. Brian?
I pick Yo Jung Young.
Okay. For me, it was between.
I think she's the grandma. If she's the grandma, I pick her.
For me, it was between Borat and Hillbilly Eulogy with Glenn Close. I'm going to give it to Glenn Close.
Whoa, a little discrepancy in the friends.
Wow.
Things are getting interesting, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's switch on over to actor in a supporting role. The nominees are Sacha Baron Cohen in Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami, Paul Raci, Sound of Metal. Maybe he was the counselor guy at the thing. And then finally, Lakeith Stanfield, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Wait, this is actor or supporting actor?
Actor in a supporting role, Lakeith, Judas and the Black Messiah, Paul Raci, Sound of Metal, Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami, Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah, or Sacha Baron Cohen, Trial of Chicago 7. Anybody? Is there any standouts in this group?
I don't think
Let me put this out there. And I'm going to be real honest. And this does not dictate who is better, who is worse. I am just looking with the odds. There are 2 supporting actors in the same movie nominated. There's 2 in Judas and the Black Messiah. They have the same fan group. They're probably going to split the vote in that category. For me, those 2 are non-starters if I'm choosing the winner.
You're choosing who?
Oh my God. I said that Judah and the Black Messiah has 2 people nominated in the same category from the same movie. Now they have the same fan base. They would probably would split the vote between the 2. So for me, choosing a winner in this round for the Oscars this year, non-starter, choosing Daniel Kaluuya or Lakeith Stanfield, although they're both great actors.
So I'm going to go with Leslie Odom Jr. from One Night in Miami. Let's throw a bone to him. I like him.
So Austin, you picked 2? Is that what you were saying?
God damn it, dude. No, exactly. You're that's a joke, right?
No, I'm actually, I didn't really get what you were saying.
Okay.
I'll pick Lakeith, all right? But
Brian, stop me when you don't understand anymore. I'm saying that because there are 2 of the same movie, actors from the same movie.
You're gonna split the vote, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not going to choose them for me because I don't think they're going to win. They're going to split their own vote.
But then you didn't choose anything.
Well, I just started the conversation.
Oh.
I think I'm going to go with Sacha Baron Cohen because of the hype. I know Brian, I like the movie. Brian didn't really like the movie. And I don't even think Sasha's character, had that much of a range, but he did great. But I'm going to go with him more because he's in a hot movie. He's a different guy to sort of put in that role. And I think the Academy likes him in general. So I'm not confident, but I'm choosing Sasha.
All right. Let's do this next one quickly. Animated feature film. Onward, Over the Moon. A Shaun.
None of us have seen these though.
Movie.
Hey,
Soul or Wolfwalkers. Anybody have any picks? You want us to skip this one?
No, I picked Soul.
I picked Soul.
Soul was good. I saw Soul and Onward.
I didn't see any of them.
And they were both really good. I like Soul though.
Austin, any picks?
I mean, Soul is the one I've heard of, so I'll go with that. That was Disney and Pixar, correct?
Yep. Okay.
That was gay, correct?
Oh, I thought it was good.
But he was gay.
No, he was a musician, and he died.
But he's straight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cinematography. This one's a good one. Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, or the Trial of the Chicago 7.
Now, I've seen Mank and Trial of the Chicago 7. Have you guys seen any more than one on this list?
Yeah, I've seen Judas, Nomadland, and Trial of 7.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go
Judas.
Mank. I'm gonna go Mank. Throw a bone to Mank. You know?
I'm probably gonna pull out Nomadland.
Now, let me pose a question to Aaron.
Mhm.
Aaron, you auditioned for a role in the movie Mank, yet you're choosing them so you don't have any ill will towards the film.
I bear no ill will towards Mank or the creators. I would totally like to be a part of that sequel.
Did you see Mank, Brian?
No, is the sequel Mink?
Monk.
Manked.
Manked.
I'm going to choose, I don't know, Trial of the Chicago 7. I think it's hot this year, boys. Brian, give us your thoughts on Trial.
No, I didn't like it. I thought it was boring. Like I've seen trial films where I liked. I thought this one was just like, eh.
The problem with this one, Aaron Sorkin like crammed so much into like each scene. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I just felt like a lot of stuff was covered in each scene to fit it into the movie.
And I like Aaron Sorkin. Like his first film he directed was one of my favorites that year. It was the poker one.
Molly's Game. I was just going to say, I would much rather watch Molly's Game any day of the week. That's more entertaining. I think it was a better movie, whatever that means from a commercial point of view, like, whatever that means. But still, so this one's more, you're learning something. It's educating on the past, and the Academy likes that.
Okay, let's quickly hit these next two, and then we'll end with Best Picture and Best Directing. So let's do sound. Sound is a big part of movies. I think I love sound design in movies and stuff. So the nominees are Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, or Sound of Metal. I'm gonna go Sound of Metal, dudes.
Sound of Metal.
Because it's in the title.
And the sound design with the deafness.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
And, our dad, who suffers from hearing problems, said that's exactly what it's like. How it's
Really?
sound. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So they must have worked with like actual people who know about what it's like to be inside of a deaf guy's ears, because said it was like
the other actor is deaf in the film.
Which one?
I think the other guy that got nominated.
Oh, the guy, was that the guy who was like the boss
teacher,
of
the teacher guy?
thing?
That's almost barely acting then, right?
Well, that's what people want.
Okay, guys, and before we get to Best Picture and Best Director, writing in an original screenplay. So the nominees for writing original screenplay: Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7. I'll jump in, I guess. I think part of the reason why Promising Young Woman was so good was because it was from the mind of the same writer and director combined with the performance. And also, I think Promising Young Woman got cheated out of costume design and set design, because I think those are really good. But I'm going to give it to Promising Young Woman. Emerald Fennell. It's her first time writing and directing a feature film, at least one that's notable and nominated. And I'm excited to see her next project.
I second that.
I third it. I think this is where Promising Young Woman shines, the writing and the directing.
Okay.
And the acting too, just compared to those other juggernauts, it's closer.
And before we get to Best Picture, second from last one, directing, the nominees are Another Round, Thomas Vinterberg, Mank, David Fincher, Minari, Lee Isaac Chung, Nomadland, Chloe Zhao, and Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell. Obviously, my vote.
Wait, what's this for?
Directing.
Oh.
David Fincher is the biggest name on the list, but I'm going to go with up-and-comer Emerald Fennell.
Let me pull it up.
So I know what's going to happen. I'm watching. Directing comes up. They pick, and this is my reaction. Oh, come on. I hated that movie. And you know what I'm talking about.
Another Round.
No, Nomadland.
Oh. Did you hate that movie?
But you think it's going to win?
But did you hate it?
I thought it was really boring.
All right, I won't watch it then.
No, I mean, watch it. I like to watch everything out there, or try to anyway.
I think Promising Young Woman for this one, because like obviously David Fincher, he is king of directing, but I don't think Mank. I think Mank's interesting. I don't think it's going to be remembered as like one of his. I don't know. He did good, but I think Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, so I think Promising Young Woman too, but I'm going to throw Nomadland in there just to kind of be different and thinking that's going to win.
Okay, so for the record, though, me and Austin pick Promising Young Woman, and Brian picks Nomadland.
Yep.
Then the big one, guys, the big one.
Maybe before this final one, and this is the most important one, 60-second break, check in with each other. Brian, when will you be back in Los Angeles?
Tomorrow.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here for a couple days. But we're like, I have a couple auditions this week. You guys have been auditioning?
Self-tapes for sure.
Yeah. Just self-tapes and stuff. So they've been easy to do. You guys saw, I did To Tell the Truth. It came out a couple weeks ago.
I was there on watch night.
That's right. You were there.
It did. I loved the inside baseball. Brian did good. I know you, so I'm not going to pick you, but I feel like if I didn't know you, I would have been drawn to be like, oh, maybe he is the real blockbuster manager.
And you know what? I think that's all in the editing. Well, because there was probably about 70% of what I said that was cut out. And like one of the people, they said, well, I feel like he knows too much to be a manager.
Yeah.
Because I had such a backstory. I'm like, oh yeah, this. And I'm like, wow, he's talking way too much. But when they edited it, it looked like it was believable. I would have picked me.
Did you ever consider that they'd think that? Because I know you're interested in, criminal psychology and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when criminals, if they start talking too much and giving too many details, the police know they're lying.
Well, what I did was I had my body language as awkward being up there. Like to me, I'm like, oh, this is my first time in front of the camera. So I was up there and I felt very like rigid and stiff. I played that up a little bit. So that's where I did there. Try to mess it.
I think it's a great episode. Obviously, it's almost impossible for our audience at home to check it out. But if you see it on TV, it was a fun episode. And as a blockbuster manager, Brian, I would love your opinion on this final question about best film.
Best picture nominees are
Segue.
The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
PYW.
You think so? You think it's going to win Best Director, Best Writer, or maybe you didn't choose Director, but you think it's going to sweep? And you think it's going to sweep in Best Actress, Best Everything, Brian?
No, but it was my favorite movie, so I'm picking it.
Now, Brian has said, I want Promising Young Woman to win, but throughout sometimes he's given it all, who he actually thinks is going to win. Now me, every time Promising Young Woman was nominated, I put my money where my mouth is, my rep where my mouth is, and said, Promising Young Woman. I'm putting it for Best Picture. And again, I'll say, for Best Costumes and Best Set Design, it wasn't nominated, but if they want to do the right thing, they should give it to Promising Young Woman.
I really think it's going to go to Nomadland, and I'm going to be upset. But Promising Young Women, I pick though. I'm not picking the other one.
You're picking PY.
Yep.
W. I'm going to pick, and this is what our audience has been waiting for. I'm going to pick Trial of the Chicago 7.
Woo!
It's all political, guys. They hit every box. It's about a real world event. People are playing real people. They got an all-star cast that really, make it great. And even though I don't think this is Sorkin's best picture, I would rather watch, The Social or, I guess Direction. I would rather watch Molly's Game, but I think it's going to win.
All right.
Don't at me, audience. Don't at me. Brian, do you understand that lingo?
Oh, sorry, sneezing.
Cough button, dude. There's a cough button.
Sorry, where is it? All right, I got it.
Brian, you understand the lingo. Don't at me.
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's the
Obviously.
at sign, dude.
Obviously.
You're talking about the IG, right?
That could be anything. Could be all. All right, boys. Final 5 minutes. What do we got?
We should hang sometime.
Yeah, let's do it soon. Next week.
IRL.
Boom.
Everything stuff is starting to open again in Los Angeles, which is good.
I like it. I like it.
You always thought, Brian, that the virus was overplayed, all hyped by the media. You never really bought into the vaccination or anything, correct?
I mean, I do think it's definitely being used politically. Do I go out wear a mask? Yeah. Like I go to the store. I'm not like a person that's like, oh, this is whole fake, this and this. I think there's a middle ground. You know, I think like there's people that think it's fake and it's a hoax. And I think there's people that feel like it's the most deadliest disease we ever had on this planet. And, you know, I think there's an in-between. There's a way to be safe. There's a way to go out there and just not be a douche. But there's like, you know, there's ways to kind of live your life and not like be in your apartment for a whole year and not get sunlight and not exercise. I go out and I run 2.5 miles every day. And you need to have the exercise. You need to be in the sun, you know, like all this stuff is like important for your health, I think, you know, for your, you know, your, what's the word?
Immune system.
Immunity. Yeah. Your immune system. Exactly. And it's like, you just got to take care of that. Take care of yourself and you'll be fine. Take care of yourself, be safe, and you're fine.
This video just got deleted off of YouTube or very least or something.
Brian, will you be getting the vaccine?
You know what? This is the thing. So I might go to the opening of Joe Rogan's comedy club.
That'd be awesome. What day?
Are you
Like,
going to be able to get into the opening?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, of course. I think it's going to be like July 4th weekend, from what I'm hearing in the underground world.
But I would think, like, how are you going to make sure you can go to opening night? Isn't that going to be like a really big deal?
Yeah.
is it because is Dana going? Is she the invite and you're the +1, or are you?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, Dana's going to be there.
but there's a lot of people that used to work at the store that are all working there now. So
Joe Rogan sniped up employees.
Adam is now the talent booker.
Yeah.
Well, besides him though, but like other employees.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Two managers.
Did Dana consider it? Was she offered it?
No. But she wouldn't want to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Like, well,
Pretty big
the bar manager over there, you know, so it's like there's a lot of it's going to be a good club. So he's getting like, you know, 5-star service. Like there's going to be like a 5-star restaurant. They have a whole like canopy for people that eat outside.
What about for regular people? I don't need 5 stars.
Yeah, but then also when you come in, I think to watch the show, there's not going to be a lot of like meals and stuff there.
He'll pull some venison out of his big fridge and then goes.
Yeah, I mean he's basically making his dream place.
Did he build it from the ground up, or he bought it?
No, he actually bought it
and then remodeled and made it his own.
Yeah, he's still in the process of remodeling, but yeah.
I mean, that's a hot ticket. That'll be a great show.
And it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere too. So
that's the new Los Angeles in 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, and there's a lot of people that move down there too. Like a lot of the comics move down there too.
I mean, it's great. Newsom won't let him perform in this city.
I know. Still, they're having a hard time. It's ridiculous. But I think there are some places that are kind of doing it underground. So.
And I heard Newsom has private gatherings for his friends where he hires comedians at SAG minimum. And
really?
No, that'd be funny. Anyway, let's end this pod and then.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the Oscars, guys. Check our work. Let us know who won. Be back next week.